Picture a man. For most of his life, people called him one of the smartest humans alive. But he's also the guy who led the team that built the deadliest weapon in history. And then he watched what he built and was horrified by it. Today we're talking about J. Robert Oppenheimer, the man they call the father of the atomic bomb. Don't worry, this isn't a physics class. I'm going to break this down like you're 5 years old. Fast, simple, no boring parts. Let's go. Part 1. The Rich, Weird Kid. 1904, New York City. Oppenheimer is born into a wealthy family, but he's not your typical rich kid. As a child, he's collecting rocks, writing poetry, learning like 8 languages just for fun. Basically, an obsessively curious nerd. He grows up, goes to university, studies physics. And there, he gets hooked on one thing. What's inside an atom. At the time, this is the hottest topic in science. What's actually going on inside atoms, and how much energy is hiding in there. Oppenheimer turns out to be really, really good at this. He becomes a professor, and quickly becomes one of the sharpest physicists of his generation in America. But nobody knows yet. This guy is about to change history. Part 2. The world is on fire. The phone rings. Late 1930s, early 1940s. The world is at war. Nazi Germany is out there. And scientists are terrified of one thing. What if the Nazis build an atomic bomb first? Physicists already know that splitting an atom, don't worry about the word fission, it doesn't matter, releases a mind-blowing amount of energy, enough to wipe out an entire city. America hears this and panics. We need to build it before they do, so a massive top-secret project kicks off. The Manhattan Project. And who do they put in charge of it? Our weird, brilliant, rock-collecting kid, now all grown up, Oppenheimer. Part 3. A secret city in the desert. They tell Oppenheimer, here are the best scientists in the country, unlimited money, and a secret location in the New Mexico desert. Go build the most powerful weapon on Earth. And he actually does it. They build a place called Los Alamos. It's not even on maps. Completely hidden. Thousands of scientists, engineers, and workers move there. Even their own families don't fully know where they've gone. Oppenheimer is doing 2 jobs at once here. Solving one of the hardest physics problems humanity has ever faced. Keeping hundreds of geniuses, egos, and difficult personalities from tearing each other apart. Somehow, in about 3 years, starting from like almost nothing, they end up with a working atomic bomb. Part 4. Trinity, the moment. July 16th, 1945. The desert, middle of the night. Oppenheimer and his team are about to test the bomb they built for the first time. They call it Trinity. Everyone's miles away, hiding in bunkers, wearing goggles, waiting. The countdown hits 0. And then, the sky lights up brighter than the sun. A massive fireball rises into the air. The sound reaches them minutes later, like thunder rolling across the desert. As Oppenheimer watches, an old line from an ancient Hindu text comes to his mind. Now I am become death, the destroyer of the worlds. He says this later, reflecting on the moment. But it's clear something hit him right there. This isn't just a science experiment anymore. He knows exactly what he's unleashed. Part 5, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, and Regret. A few weeks later, August 1945, America actually uses these bombs. 2 Japanese cities, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Hundreds of thousands of people die. Entire cities are wiped out. The war ends, but at a devastating cost. At first, Oppenheimer acts almost proud of what his team accomplished, but that doesn't last long. When he meets President Truman, he says something that becomes famous. I feel we have blood on our hands. From this point on, Oppenheimer isn't remembered just as a brilliant scientist. He's remembered as a man carrying enormous guilt. Part 6. From Hero to Threat. After the war, Oppenheimer starts saying, let's not build even more powerful bombs. He specifically pushes back against the hydrogen bomb. But America is now deep in the Cold War, gripped by fear of communism. And people start digging into Oppenheimer's past. Old friends, old connections, some with leftist ties. In 1954, the man who was hailed as a national hero is suddenly dragged into a courtroom-like hearing. The government basically tells him, we don't trust you anymore. His security clearance is stripped away. The man who built the weapon that helped win the war gets pushed to the side by the very country he helped save. Outro, the legacy. Oppenheimer spends his remaining years living a much quieter life. He dies in 1967. But his story is still talked about today, because it raises one question that never really goes away. Just because you can build something, does that mean you should? Oppenheimer created a force that reshaped the entire world. and then he spent the rest of his life living in its shadow, unable to escape it. Maybe that's exactly why his story still hits so hard, because it shows what happens when science, war, and conscience all collide inside one person.